I saw a question the other day in a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and it was the grand question that most of us can probably resonate with, which was from a woman who's a mom. And she said, I've been building my business for 4.5 years. I've hired the mentors. I've taken the courses. She's done the work, right? But she's still making $0 a month. And so she's wondering, she's asking us, when should she throw the towel in? And if she does, then what does she do? I mean, she's been putting her heart and soul into this for the last 4.5 years, right? And here's the thing. She didn't sound bitter. She really just sounded exhausted. And if you've ever poured your heart into something that just was not working, you probably know exactly how this feels, right? And I really resonated with this because I've started over more than once. I've started over more than once, not only in my business, but multiple different chapters in my life as well. And, I've created the businesses that didn't take off, and I've created the offers that flopped. And, I've even launched things that got absolute crickets. I've put content out there that nobody's liked. I've even had ideas taken from me and watched other people package them and profit off of those things very quickly. And quietly, right? And it wasn't until I went and did the digging that I saw, oh, okay, got it. They took my idea. And that's okay. Ideas are just ideas, right? Until you put them into action, there's nothing there. I've even got a full Google Drive full of half-finished brilliance just sitting there waiting for the day that I can go create courses or workbooks or lead magnets, photos, frameworks. Everything needs to be done. Heck, I even have a container over in the corner of my house full of scrapbook like items that I'm going to put together for my child at some point, and he's 11. So look, it's not because I'm lazy. It's because I've been in the thick of it. I've been parenting. I've been pivoting, trying to figure out what's really worth my time. And I'm sure you're doing the same thing because, at the end of the day, I didn't quit, but I did shift. And I've shifted a lot to get me closer to where I am today. And so I've had to start over again from zero. We all start from zero, right? But I've had to start from zero more than once. And so the launches that failed really taught me how to sell. And the ideas that set too long taught me really the cost of perfectionism. And the content stolen taught me just to keep creating anyways, because at the end of the day, you can take exactly what I'm doing, but it's going to be different. I have different experiences. I teach the different ways. I coach different, so go ahead, take my content. The slow seasons, also taught me how to lead when no one was watching and continued the discipline to show up when I really didn't want to, you know what I mean? Like there was no reason I thought to because nobody was watching. But every hard chapter for me was, it really allowed me to be able to become the coach I am today because everything I've gone through, I play on. Even today, I even played a card from my old marriage coaching session in my business coaching world. So all about discipline, right? And focusing on what you can control. So everything I've ever done has prepared me for who I am today. So when somebody asks, if somebody asks you, well, when should I throw the towel in? There's kind of two ways that maybe you look at this. One is you probably hear people say, don't ever throw the towel in. Like, don't ever give up on your dreams. Like, don't ever do that, right? The other hand is probably saying, hey, if you're not making sense, it doesn't make sense. And I kind of like straddle both of these. I do. I straddle both of these. I'm not all for one or one for the other because my dream has changed over time, and I've always wanted to help people, but the vehicle that I've helped people has changed. And originally it was going to be with art, and now it's with business and marketing and a whole bunch of other things that I do. So if someone says to you, hey, if you're not making sense, it doesn't make sense. Well, my answer is kind of maybe here, but we can be honest, and maybe it's not the dream that's broken, but maybe it's just the strategy, the way you're getting there, the vehicle that's taking you there. Or maybe it's just the systems or the way that you're trying to do it all with zero support. For me, I need a team around me to get me excited and keep me focused. And I enjoy having friends around me that have huge, big, hairy, audacious goals, because then I'm like, well, my goal looks really small. Then all I was trying to do was maybe get a few followers or new people on my email list or whatever, right? And other people are like over there trying to like change the world in different capacities. So look at your support system and look at who is supporting you and cheering you on, because that really can make a huge difference. So my answer is, you don't need to burn it all down, but you do need to take a step back and figure out really what really matters to you. Get clear on that and simplify your path to get to point A to point B to Z. Get there, right? And stop trying to do everything by yourself. Just raise your hand and say, hey, you know what? I need support system. I need an accountability partner. I need some cheerleaders in my corner, and be that for them too. Don't just, always give more than you take. You've heard that, right? So it's kind of what I help my clients do as well. Whether they're scaling or shifting or rebuilding from scratch, that's what I do. I help you do those sort of things and, simplify your offers and your messaging and build systems that really allow you to take back some of your time and create consistent revenue from the work that you've already been doing and not having to constantly reinvent the wheel. Let's look and see what has worked and what hasn't worked and then go from there. I truly love to repurpose content. I think that this is one of the best things on planet Earth when it comes to this online marketing world. Repurpose the content that you've already created in different formats and, really align your business with your real life. It's not somebody else's blueprint. This is your blueprint. You've got to create the life that you're really wanting. So I just want to remind you, just in case you're really needing this message today, you're not behind, you're not late, and you're definitely not alone. Most of us entrepreneurs are also doing the same dance and path as well. So you might be just one decision away really from doing it differently and even better. So don't throw in the towel, but take a step back, look at the whole picture and figure out what the next step should be. And if you need help with it, call me or DM me or book a call with me, whatever. I'm here.